How does the most talked about rookie in the WNBA go from magazine covers to completely missing the all-star roster, not even as a reserve? Angel Reese was supposed to be the league's breakout sensation, a headline-generating machine crowned by the media as a future icon. But when it came time for fans, players, and media to cast their votes, she was nowhere near the top. This wasn't just a snub, it was a public reality check. From the minute Angel Reese declared for the WNBA, the machine went into overdrive. Forbes labeled her the co-face of the league. Sports writers fawned over her personality, her quotes, even her outfits. She became a cultural moment, a symbol of confidence, edge, and Barbie energy. The narrative was set. She was the one. But the league and the game itself don't care about narratives. They care about results. And this time, the results didn't match the promotion. Angel Reese didn't just miss the starting all-star lineup. She didn't make the reserves either. In fact, she landed in the 13th spot, a position that's not just disappointing, it's telling. Despite having more social media followers than nearly any other player in the league, Reese pulled in just over 500,000 votes. Compare that to Caitlin Clark's 1.3 million. Reese's tally wasn't just underwhelming. It exposed a glaring disconnect between her online presence and actual fan engagement. Let's talk numbers. Reese is averaging 11.3 points per game and 11.9 rebounds. The boards look solid until you notice she's down from last season. Her shooting percentage, a rough 38.9%. For someone who's 6'3" and expected to dominate inside, that's a red flag. These aren't terrible stats, but they're nowhere near all-star caliber. Especially not for someone labeled the future of the league. Here's the cold truth. Clout doesn't equal credibility. Reese has dominated social media, trended on every platform, and built a massive fan base that clicks, likes, and shares. But those fans didn't show up to vote. She campaigned hard for support, posted call-outs, shared reminders, even pleaded for votes. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark never asked once. She let her play speak, and the fans responded. Clark didn't just lead voting, she crushed it. Her highlight reels filled social feeds for the right reasons. Game-winning shots, impossible passes, sold-out arenas. She's been consistent, impactful, and most importantly, respected by fans, coaches, and opponents. Unlike Reese, Clark earned the top all-star spot without the media having to sell her to anyone. One of the biggest shifts wasn't on the court. It was in the press room. The same journalists who hyped Reese endlessly in the off-season, they left her off their all-star ballots. USA Today's Megan Hall, a longtime supporter, didn't list her. Neither did Sports Illustrated. Not a single vote, and they weren't subtle about it either. The message was clear. It's not about headlines anymore. It's about substance. When you walk around calling yourself a star, you invite the spotlight and the scrutiny. Reese once said, "It's not just one person people watch, it's me too." That kind of claim raises the bar. The moment she couldn't meet it, the backlash was inevitable. Fans noticed. So did analysts. Even her fellow players voted elsewhere. Reese's performance this season has been up and down. Nights with single-digit points, inefficient shooting, and minimal impact on games that mattered most. While her media image was pristine, her gameplay wasn't matching the energy. And as the season wore on, the conversation started to shift, from how high can she go to is the hype fading already. This wasn't just about stats or votes. It was about trust. Fans felt sold a story, not a star. They were promised a game changer and got average production. The WNBA leaned into the Reese narrative hard. Promos, interviews, endless coverage. But the moment fans had a choice, they went with the players actually delivering results. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark didn't just win, she won unanimously. Every media ballot, every player vote. She didn't have to run a campaign. Her performances did the work. That's what real star power looks like. It's earned, not handed out in press releases. The idea that Reese is the co-face of the league just doesn't hold up when she can't even crack the top 10 in fan voting. The WNBA's growth is being driven by players like Clark, who are consistently producing. Reese is still a story, but she's no longer the story. That distinction matters. This time last year, Reese was everywhere. League promos, magazine covers, think pieces. Now, she's been quietly sidelined by the same voices that once couldn't stop praising her. The silence is deafening and telling. Fans want players who grind, who improve, who step up in big moments, not just those who trend online. Reese's image has become bigger than her output, and the All-Star results are just the first sign that the league and its fans are moving on. You can build a massive platform. You can have the best PR team in the world. But when the game starts, none of that matters. Fans will watch who earns their attention. And Reese, for all her off-court buzz, didn't earn it on the hardwood this time. The Angel Reese All-Star snub isn't just a one-time miss. It's a shift in how the WNBA and its audience defines star power. Clout can't carry you anymore. You've got to perform night in and night out. Whether she bounces back or fades further out of the spotlight will depend entirely on one thing. Not the media, not the fans, but her. Because in the end, the court never lies.